So day 6 of the Olympics wrapped on Wednesday with some exciting performances continuing for Team USA. Let's recap day 6. Let's also talk about some of the major headlines surrounding the 2024 Olympic Games. We're going to do it with a journalist and TV host. Her name is Julia Sun. She joins me now. Julia.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you enjoying the games?
Look, I've been really enjoying these Olympic Games. I know the viewers out there have been enjoying it as well, but so many exciting performances, right? And
yeah. Well, which one do you want to talk about?
Well, I feel like we got to start off with gymnastics today.
Sure.
We have to start with gymnastics today, and the reason why is because Simone Biles, she is the person to talk about in gymnastics. She went to floor exercises in the all-around competition, needing a score of 13.897 or higher to win gold, and she got it done. Mm-hmm. She recorded a 15.006 to capture the victory in Paris. Can you put into words the career, the Olympic career specifically, of Simone Biles?
I really can't. I think the only medal this girl might be missing is a crown. Do you want to give her a crown? I'm sure somebody out there wants to give her a crown. She could have quit 6, 8, 10 years ago, and we would still have called her one of the most phenomenal U.S. athletes out there. And look at the comeback she had staged. The thing is, so many people called her a quitter, in air quotes, when she stepped off the competition floor in Tokyo. And people said, you know, you're being not so patriotic. You're not thinking about everybody else. You're a little selfish. Their words, not mine. And I think that's so terrible because even if she doesn't win, she still deserves our support.
Yeah.
Team USA still deserves all of our admiration and support, even if they don't win gold. Think about that.
How much do you think it matters that she had all the criticism that you talked about? And I was talking with my great producer, Emma Kate Austin, was talking to me about this, and she was just saying about how much it meant for her to see her win this with all that you had seen.
No, I'm sure it meant the whole world to her because she shut up everybody who criticized her. And those are not fair criticisms, if you ask me. But she had to go out there and say, hey, guys, I'm making a comeback. It's not quitting. It's really not quitting. I'm coming back, and she got it done. But I think what's so important to remember is she didn't just come back from what, you know, everybody now know what twisties are. Right. She didn't just come back from that freaking accident. She was a sexual abuse survivor for many, many years. It hasn't been that long since Larry Nassar went to jail. You remember that? Yep. I remember that. It really hasn't been that long, and she is one of the hundreds of survivors who went through that whole fiasco, and you had to go to mental health counseling. You just have to work through the pain, and she did. And to come back, that's phenomenal. There was one interview I remember so vividly. Out of all people, she did it with Megyn Kelly. She said that she didn't want to be remembered by everybody as the abuse survivor. She wants to be remembered first and foremost as an athlete, and that's completely understandable.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's completely understandable.
And when you look at what she's done as an athlete, and she's the greatest gymnast of all time. When you look at it in just not men's or women, she's the GOAT, no doubt about it. To see what she's done and come back here at these Paris Games, undeniably impressive. And I think we all, like you said, have to give Simone Biles.
Yeah, and think about it. She happens to be the GOAT. She happens to be one of the best athletes in the world, male and female, retired and current. But even if it's a person who is not the GOAT, even if it's a person who did not win the gold or silver or the bronze medal, they still deserve our support because they're the one out competing. We're just here talking.
That's true. We're just here talking about it, but we can all agree she has had a really impressive performance and another goal for Simone Biles in her career. Now, speaking of impressive performances, there have been some impressive ones in the pool, especially we've seen Katie Ledecky. She's killing it. Sometimes she's swimming by herself. Yeah, untouchable. But swimming world records, right, have been hard to achieve at these Olympics, including Olympic records. Now, we did see one set on Wednesday, a world record that is in 100-meter freestyle, and then we saw another Olympic record from Summer McIntosh today in a 200-meter butterfly final. There's been talk about the reason why this is happening. The culprit has been called a slow pool. So, Julia, what is a slow pool and how might it be affecting the swimmers?
Okay, generally speaking, when a pool is deeper, the swimmer perceives that it is easier to swim in because there is a reduction in turbulence. Physics, guys, pay attention to physics. I happen to love physics. Wave dynamics. Basically, when the pool is shallow, the water is shallow, the water that you push away from you could get bounced back from the bottom of the pool, and that in turn could create a drag and could slow you down a little bit. And you know, at these highest level competition, every little bit counts. It matters. Yep. That's why. Usually the recommendation is the pool is, it should be about 10 feet. That's usually the sweet spot. However, that's not the depth of the pool they're swimming in this week. And that is because the venue does not allow it. This venue, did you know, it used to be a rugby stadium. When they did the reconstruction transformation, it was structurally not possible to build a 10 feet pool. So instead, they're like, oh, we'll just go for a 7 feet pool. What's the matter? I mean, it didn't really matter to the athletes because they're competing against each other. So it's not like one person gets 10 feet, the other person gets 7. No, they all get 7 feet and they're competing against each other. It's still a fair game. Some might think, well, I win, but I'm not really breaking records. So maybe some people feel a little uneasy about that. What's notable, like, you know, between Ledecky, McIntosh, and Titmus, the three of them combined have over 24 world records.
Yeah.
And all of them in the marquee event, 400-meter freestyle, all of them came in 2 seconds or more behind the current world record. So that tells you something. That's because when this particular pool was reconstructed, when it was transformed, there was no rule saying, like 10 feet, that was more like a recommendation. It doesn't say, oh, minimum, it has to be 8 feet. No, but going forward, World Aquatics, the organization that regulates the sports, it says, you know what, the minimum is going to be 2.5 meters. That's approximately 8.2 feet. So in the future, if you're a fan looking for world records after world records at these events, you'll probably get them. Just not right now yet.
Just not right now, because only 7 feet deep, the pool that they're swimming in Paris. Okay, last thing I wanted to talk to you about, because you're somebody who's very tapped in with the business of things in sports, prize money. Yeah. Prize money is not equal for all gold medalists. Now, in terms of money awards for gold medalists by country, or money awarded to gold medalists by country, the United States, they're at the bottom, awarding each winner $37,500. Which countries are at the top when it comes to award money for gold medals? And why isn't America paying their gold medalists more?
Okay, I mean less.
Less,
yeah, than most countries. But I'll answer your two questions in 2 parts. At the top of the chart, Singapore and Hong Kong, these countries and regions, they pay their gold medalist approximately $750,000. And I say approximately, I can't give you a precise number because the exchange rate fluctuates. So you have to convert everything back in US dollars. But anyway, it's approximately $750,000. There is a catch. These athletes, these gold medalists, they have to donate a portion of that prize money back into the sports they want, which I'm sure they would like to, because if they won in some, they must like the sports very much, and they probably want everybody else to play it. Right. They want to promote the sport, so I'm sure they would happily do it. But the other thing that I want our viewers to know is not every country gives prize money. Some countries, they don't give any. For example, Norway. Norway is not a dominant country in the summer Olympic Games, but in winter Olympic Games, how many times have you seen the Norwegians? Oh my God, I got another go. It's just another day. It's just another one, whatever next. But they don't give any prize money to their Olympic medalists, and they think it's just an honor to represent our country. And some other countries, they don't give prize money, but they give other things of value. I'll give you one good example that really caught my eyes. The Republic of Kazakhstan. If you are a gold medalist representing the Republic of Kazakhstan, you get a condo. You actually get cash and you get a condo. If you win the gold, you get a $3 2-bedroom apartment. If you win the silver, you get a 2-bedroom apartment. If you win the bronze, you get a 1-bedroom apartment. Which one do you want?
I mean, I'm going to take the 3 because I want the space. But I'm wondering if this is a condo that's paid for.
Yeah, it's a condo that's paid for. I mean, right. I couldn't find any concrete details on where they are. Are they centrally located? Right. Is there an oversized fridge? Are there double vanities?
Yeah, you're asking for too much now, Julia.
But you know, the spirit of it is you get a condo, you get a home, and yes, if you get multiple Olympic medals, you can get multiple homes.
It's not bad.
So that's something. And the other thing I like the way they do it, that country in particular, is you also get a smaller prize money if you win 4th, 5th, or 6th place.
So I hear all this, and it sounds to me like America should be doing a little bit more for their athletes in terms of what they give them. I think it should be a little bit more.
Well, so I need to say this very carefully.
Okay.
In general, U.S. athletes don't necessarily need this prize money, because a lot of them get enough from endorsement deals.
Right.
If you are the top American in your sport, you can probably get 1 endorsement deal, maybe 2, maybe 10, depending on the sport, because some sports are more popular than the others. That is not to say everybody gets it. We know some sports are just not that popular. I've actually had athletes on my show, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm a star athlete, and everybody knows I'm a star athlete, but I've never secured a deal with Nike." That's the one they wanted, but they never got it.
Endorsements in a way that helps a lot of the American athletes. So very interesting to see how other countries do it in terms of paying their gold medalists. That is Julia Sun. Check out her work that she does. Tremendous job around sports and the business of it. Julia, can't believe it. Already at day 6 of the Olympics. It is flying by, which makes me a little bit sad because I'm going to miss the Olympics when they're gone.
I mean, we have other things to watch, thankfully.
This is true.
We're going to talk about tennis next, or we can talk about golf. We can talk about football when the season starts, college football. That's going to be a big topic.
A lot of stuff right around the corner. Appreciate you as always. Thank you, and we will enjoy more of the Olympic Games.
Yeah.